Hey guys, my name's Annie. Welcome to my channel. Today I am giving you a full tour of my DIY farmhouse inspired kitchen. I recently spent about 4 or 5 months completely renovating my kitchen DIY style. If you haven't checked that video out, check it out. I give the before and afters as well as an overview of all the stuff that I did to make this transformation. I will have that video linked in the description box as well as after this video. I do lifestyle videos about DIY projects, hauls, shopping, home decor, and that sort of stuff. Subscribe to my channel if that's your jam. Here is a before of what the kitchen looked like. The only thing about this project that was not DIY was the new appliances. We had somebody install those who knew what they were doing. Everything else was done between myself and my boyfriend. I wouldn't say this kitchen screams farmhouse, but there is definitely some country, cottagey, farmhouse vibes going on with some of my elements that I incorporated in. However, I am someone who likes a very clean, minimal kitchen. I don't like a lot of junk on my countertops, and I don't like a lot of knickknackies around. So it is pretty minimal. And with that being said, let's get into the tour. All right, here is just kind of an overview of my kitchen. It's not ginormous, but it's definitely not small. And I'm just gonna start with the countertops and what I have on them. Like I said, I like to keep things very uncluttered, very minimal. I don't like a lot of unnecessary doodads. The only unnecessary doodads I have are over here by the door, just kind of out of the way. I have this little blue cake stand I believe I picked up from the Target dollar spot. I have this teal watering can that is from IKEA. Some faux tulips that are from Home Goods, as well as this tiny little tea bag tray that is vintage. I think it is just so cute. So that is basically the only knick-knacky stuff I have going on here. And then I've got my Tiki Beach Bath & Body Works candle burning because it is summer and it smells so good. So the sink and the countertops were not changed in the renovation. I have solid surface countertops. They're in no way my ideal dream countertops, but they are in good condition and not a terrible color. They are just kind of a very neutral design. I have the stainless steel sink and then just a basic chrome faucet. Over here I just have this little tray from Hobby Lobby with my hand soap and then a little scrubby brush with a soap dispenser. I found this on clearance at Target last week, so relatively recently. I think it was under $5. Then I have my paper towel rack. This is from Amazon. You will see that I have a lot of aqua / teal for my pops of color in this kitchen. Here are my knives. And then over here I have this little sign. I just bought this today at Hobby Lobby for like under $1. It was 80% off. I just put it here for now. I don't know if it's gonna live there again. It's kind of knick-knacky and not really serving any purpose, but it's fine there for now. My backsplash was not updated. Again, it's not my favorite backsplash, but it is pretty neutral, so it wasn't terrible, and I don't mind keeping it for now. We are actually getting ready to sell this house, so I didn't want to change too much to my own taste. Then I just have this little chicken wire basket. I got this from Michael's on clearance. It came with 2 jars. One was missing. That was why it was marked down. Use this for my salt and pepper shakers, and it is perfect to house my Amazon tap. Then I have my little spoon rest here that is from Mexico, and my brand new stainless steel gas stove, as well as my brand new stove hood. Stove hood is from Menards, and stainless steel stove is Kenmore and from Sears. All our appliances we bought during the Memorial Day sale, so we got a really good deal on all of this stuff. Up here by the hood there was these busted pieces of wood that went with the cabinets that were just in really shoddy shape. So I used this faux tin tile to just cover up that and kind of use these little wood pieces here. I'm not completely satisfied with how that worked, but it does the job, and I think the faux tiles actually look pretty nice. All my replacement hardware that we got for this kitchen are from Amazon. We bought them in bulk, pretty cheap. There was previously handles on these doors and drawers, but I actually filled one of the holes and opted to do the knobs just because it was cheaper. Now over on this side of the kitchen, previously the microwave lived here on the countertop, and when the guy installed the new oven, I had him move the entire thing down to create this microwave nook, and he was actually able to build that, and I painted it and, you know, cleaned it up. So now we have what looks like a built-in microwave, but it's just kind of a nook, and there's a cord going up the back to plug it in, and it's really nice. This microwave we've had for quite a while. I don't recommend it if you're in the market for a new microwave. I swear, next house I get a new microwave, I am going to have a handle. I hate that you have to touch this. It gets dirty, there's fingerprints all over it, and it is a huge pet peeve of mine. Anyway, here is my new oven. It is also a stainless steel Kenmore. Now, unfortunately, by moving the oven down, we lost out on the doors for this bottom cabinet. So it is kind of just an open shelving situation. I have these two baskets in here. What is this? This is holding plastic bags, and this is holding my paper towels. I really wanted to get two of these, but I have only found one. To kind of just look nice. I don't like, this looks kind of goofy right now, but that's just kind of is what it is. Because the microwave was able to come off the countertop now, I have my little coffee station, which I'm so happy about. I have my Keurig here. I have this Ouija tray that I believe is from Target 3 years ago. I'm really into like spooky stuff, and so is my boyfriend, so I love that I have all this. This little pitcher is from the Target dollar spot. I use it to fill my Keurig. I think that's from almost 3 years ago now. And then I have my Spirits treat jar, and I keep in here all my teas and such. And then I just have one of my little vintage Pyrex dishes. I am a Pyrex collector that I keep my little sugar packets in. So that's my little coffee nook. I'm very happy that I was able to get that now. Moving on, the refrigerator is quite large for the space. We actually bought this fridge probably almost 2 years before the renovation started. Going back in time, I wouldn't have gotten such a bulky fridge. I would have gotten something a little bit more understated, I guess. This is a huge fridge for 2 people. There's 2 people in my house, so this is probably more for like a family of 5. And I actually just went grocery shopping, but it does look like it's pretty empty in there, even though I just stocked up on stuff. I will never understand why stainless steel is called stainless steel, because it's not stainless. It's fingerprints like crazy. And then over on this wall, I previously had some spice racks that weren't a great use of space. I have installed these little fruit baskets that I found at Hobby Lobby that work perfect to keep the stuff off the countertop, which is why I opted for this. I like that a lot. And then I have these 2 little pieces of artwork up here that are actually postcards that I picked up in New Orleans. I just think they're so cute. I really like the vintage aesthetic. And then I have a really ugly garbage can that's unattractive. And then here is my new dishwasher. It is a Frigidaire gallery. I'll put the model number in the description box. If you are in the market for a new dishwasher, I don't suggest this one. It's worse than the one we had before, which was like a Maytag. It doesn't dry your dishes. It takes forever. It's super loud. There's almost nothing I like about this thing. And then my little rug here is from Target this year. And then over here I have a hanging pot rack that used to have a Lazy Susan. Now my Lazy Susan was super old. It was broken. We thought about trying to fix it, but in the end it was just so rickety and falling apart, and it would bang. When you'd spin it, it would bang into the sides here and just was not great. We decided to just rip the entire thing out, and I installed these hanging racks here that I found on Amazon, and I am just hanging my pots. I have these green ones that I believe I bought on Amazon Prime Day a couple years ago, and then these pretty ombre blue ones that I know are currently still at Home Goods. I am obsessed with them. I think they're so pretty. So that's a pretty good use of space. It's not ideal to have this open cabinet, but it's a lot better than it was. Our new floors are a vinyl plank flooring. They are from Home Depot. It is like a nice gray toned dark flooring. I knew I really wanted to get a dark flooring just to kind of offset the bright white cabinets. Above the stove hood, I have this little piece of artwork, which is also a giant postcard that I had found in New Orleans. And then on the other side, above my sink, I have this La Cucina sign I actually made, and I am super proud of this. It is on just an old piece of wood that I had laying in my basement that I stained with this dark Kona, I believe was the color stain from Home Depot. And then I made a stencil with just printing off of my computer and used painter's tape to tape it off as best as I could and painted in the little letters by hand. I am very proud of this. It took me a little bit, but I'm super happy with how it came out, and I really like the aesthetic of it. And then on my window, I have this little boxwood wreath that my mom got me for Christmas a couple years ago. It is so cute. I believe you can still purchase this from Target. I just hung it from this ribbon. The ribbon, I believe, is from Hobby Lobby probably, and made this little bow hanging from a command hook. I like this idea because then you can kind of change out the ribbon seasonally, or change out what you want to hang here seasonally. Like I could do a Christmas one or a Halloween one, and I really like that because it's like decor without being on the countertops. One to the right of the sink, I just keep all my cups and glasses in here, so fancy stuff that I don't use as much on top. My to-go containers here that I use every day just for drinking water, as well as all the caps and straws. And then down here, just our regular drinking glasses. And this cabinet here, on the other side of the sink, I keep all our main eating dishes. We actually don't have a whole lot. I just recently purged all this. Very minimal in here. We don't have a whole lot of dishes. One of the things that I really did was declutter and just completely purge this kitchen when we did the makeover. We used to complain about there not being enough space in here, and now I have so much space, like I don't even have enough stuff to fill everything. So up here is just kind of some overflow of the cabinet. I've got some oatmeal, popcorn kernels, canola, olive oil, Parmesan, white wine vinegar, just bigger bottles that don't fit into my pantry. And then to the left of the stove are all my spices. I completely purged a bunch of spices. I realized I had so many things that I just didn't use. I ordered these little spinners. They're made of bamboo wood off of Amazon. Bought some new spices from Aldi. Aldi spices are only $1. And then up here I have some baking goods in here, like sprinkles and whatnot. And then these are all my seasoning packets. And here is my pantry. At the top here, I just keep all the canned goods and non-perishables because I reach for these often. Down here is breakfast items, so my oatmeal, some cereal, and just some like on-the-go stuff. Then down here is snacks. And then here is just like stockpile overflow of things that aren't open yet. And then on the very bottom is like baking stuff that I really don't use very often. So we do have a small pantry, but it works for us. Again, it's 2 people and neither of us are big cookers. Just kind of on a side note, when I redid our cabinets painting, I did paint the inside of everything. So as a lot of people know, it can get kind of sticky and I really didn't want these to get damaged. So I bought a huge roll of this liner just in white to line all of my cabinets with, just to prevent any chipping or damage being done to the paint. Now over here above my little coffee station here, I have my coffee cabinet. So here are all my mugs. I have tons of Disney mugs. I'm a huge Disney fan. Most of these are from the Disney store or Disney World. Here's some of my travel ones. And then here are my K-cups as well as coffee, hot cocoa, and then some different teas. And then up top are just some medicines, koozies, and straws. And then in the drawer below here, this is our big drawer. I just keep some gadgets. So like my zoodle maker, I use that all the time. Cheese grater, measuring cups, measuring spoons, clips, wine opener, scale, just some basic stuff like that. And then underneath here, I just have some really basic things. Again, more of my teal items. As you can tell, I like teal, and that's kind of my accent color. Just like strainers. Here's the lids to my pots. I got a mixing bowl. And then here's our popcorn maker. My boyfriend and I love stovetop popcorn. And these are our cute little bowls we put our popcorn in. These are from the dollar store. And then back there I've just got some loaf pans. So super minimal. I don't have a lot of gadgets and nonsense. And here is my silverware drawer. It is super simple, just hand-me-down utensils. I've got a couple more of my little teal guys back there. Some fancy chopsticks, and then Tupperware drawer. I keep all the lids organized in a basket just because that makes it easier. And then down here is just all my linens for the kitchen, like the towels, and then I got my mitt and pot holders. Got a silicone guy down there too, and then I also keep like the towels for the downstairs bathroom in here as well. Plastic bags, wax paper, sort of thing. And then over here are kitchen tools like spatulas and my whisk, can opener, pizza cutter. All my drawer organizers are from the dollar stores. And then underneath my sink here, I keep all of my cleaning supplies. I keep stuff here and then some up in my bathroom for the second floor. I don't like to run around and try to carry a bunch of junk. I have an excessive amount of cleaning supplies, I will say that. Look at these cute little gloves. I love them so much. They're from the Target dollar spot. So lots of goodies in there. Some Swiffers, my dishwasher detergent, and then garbage bags. And then over here, just by the door, is this little junk drawer. Well, not super junky, it's pretty well organized now. Pens, my lighter, scissors, stuff like that. And this tiny little cupboard that serves almost no purpose. Just got some extra bags and my big roll of tin foil back there. Here is the other side of the kitchen. This is like an eat-in area where you could have a table, which we did at one point, but for us, it just wasn't a good use of space. We use this back door all the time, so it was better to have this as kind of an entry station. I got this bench built from somebody I found on Craigslist, and it was just unstained, unpainted wood. I painted the leg parts white and stained the top of it the same Kona brown color I used on my Cucina sign. That's kind of a crappy spot right there, but I definitely wanted kind of like a farmhouse style bench. This runner is from Target, and so underneath we just kind of store a bunch of our shoes, and you can sit down and tie your shoes or whatever. And then over here I have this little rack that I also built from some scrap wood, stained the same. Some doodads up here. Here is where we keep our sunglasses. It's nice to just have hooks for, I can hang my purse, my boyfriend can hang his work backpack, hoodies, whatnot, just so stuff doesn't end up on a chair or on the floor, on a table, whatever. I like things to be kept and put in a place. Up here I just have this small screen print of a Ouija board that's kind of following my spooky aesthetic. And then below that we have our mail holder, keeps mail off the table and from piling up. I still need to make little name tags. And then over here I have this palmistry wooden sign. Thank you guys so much for watching. I worked so hard on this kitchen and I'm so happy to be sharing it with everyone. If you enjoyed, please give this video a thumbs up, and thanks again, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!